Okay, should be sound now. I don't know why that thing keeps doing that. Anyway, hi Philly, hi everyone. Stupid mute button. Just letting people come in. We have an event coming up this weekend. There's a psychic fair I'm attending in Kemptville, Ontario. So if anybody's around that area, come on in. We'll be doing reads there all day. So just come in and pick a time, and if there's any available, and we'll see you there. I also have another one coming up in June, so that one's in Almont. Yeah, I also have some day-long reads coming up to May 17th in Carleton Place. So if any of you guys are interested, just pop in, or set up a time with the lady there, and I'd be more than happy to help you. So tonight's only mediumship, that's written up the front. For some reason, I think we were busy Sunday night, and I completely forgot about it. I don't even remember what we did Sunday, because I never remember what the last day I did anymore. I don't even know when 2 weeks go by. The only time I know when 2 weeks is going by is when I have to replace my blood sugar machine here, whatever you call it. Anyway, so let's see. Let's go up to the top here and start from there to see who's around, who's asking. My cat's whining down there somewhere. All right. Hi, Susie. So, start off with right there. Darlene Peters. Okay. So I see her stand beside another lady, and I'm assuming that's like her mother. They're kind of feisty. They're talking back and forth, and the first thing your mother kind of says to me is that they're still trying to figure out what to do with you on Friday nights. They all get together and try to figure out what to do with you. Says never knew what to do with you since you were born, anyways. Anyway, she laughs and she's just poking fun at you. So she's saying that there's a couple of new events coming up for you over the summer. She says that are important events. I see them as a family get together. I don't know why. It's almost like I see it's either a wedding, bride, whatever you call those things, stag or doe. I guess it's a doe. But then they also show me somebody having a child. So it's kind of a mixture of things coming up that I'm not quite sure what she's trying to show me. But I'm assuming that what she's trying to show you is that there's a lot of happiness heading your way. She mentioned something about a clock being broken, should be fixed. She, like most of them say, just wants you to know that she's very proud of you. And she heard you say goodbye, so don't worry about that. She talks to you a lot, and then, during the nighttime. In other words, when you're asleep. So a lot of the information you're asking for will come during that time. Or if you have a bath, they like talking to you when you're having a bath, or shower. As long, once you're in water, they talk a lot. But she wants you to know that she's looking over you, and she's very she's happy in the way things are going right now. And this is, if you don't let other people derail you from what you're doing, then she says you're going to have a good life. Anyway, she waves and says goodbye, and she'll see you later when you fall asleep. Anyway, take care. Hi, Rolinda. Welcome to our place. I just realized that my glasses are all full of dust. I was doing woodworking today, and I didn't realize how it's like everything's in a fog. Oh my God, I can read. Anyway. So, don't forget, everyone, this is a mediumship, so you'll have to let me know who you want to connect to. What? What do you want? Okay, Tracy White. I don't know why you're so sad. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing an older pair, which is probably grandmother and grandfather. As well as a child standing beside them. I'm not sure if your mother's passed, but there's another lady standing beside her as well. Anyway, I'm just going to deal with the grandmother since I don't have much time. So she wants you to know that she is the one that's moving things around in your house. And she's looking at you and saying that your health is going to be pretty good over the next little while. But just make sure that you keep your appointments and you watch what you're eating and that. But otherwise, she says your health will be fixed and maintained. Is that what she said? Whatever that means. Anyway, the child is somebody below her that had a miscarriage, and that's what the child is for. It doesn't necessarily mean you, just somebody in the overall family. But it's just a message saying that, if there's anything lost in families, that like animals and kids and whatnot, they're automatically grabbed by the other side in the spiritual world, and they're well taken care of. Keep seeing somebody playing cards. Anyway, she wants you to know that the overall family is loves you very much. She says there's 11 family members in your house that are passed to be there to help you and guide you and give you all kinds of energy and whatnot. So she says, you know what? Even though you can't see it, the family members are still there. You'll feel them, you'll see them. But she says, she says family's still around. So, anyway, I'm being interrupted. I apologize. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Take care. Okay. Mm-hmm. Dum. Okay, so Linda. Okay, so doesn't mention I always get more spirits in anyway. So so there's a female or a grandmother that's sitting there, and she wants you to know that she took your brother, or anyways, whenever he was ready to go. So she says, he crossed over. She said he had a big party, and now he's just annoying people. She also says that I see him in the kitchen leaning up against the counter. It's like he's got a drink in his hand. He's just watching everybody walk around and see how life is like. Every once in a while, you'll anyway. Every once in a while, he likes to touch you, kind of like he also likes to stick his finger in your ears. So that's when you'll like keep scratching your ears and you wonder what's in your ear, but there's actually nothing there, just him. But he sits there and he gives you a lot of advice. He likes to pass energy to you because he says sometimes you need that energy. Sometimes you're dealing with people that are very frustrating and you just simply want to go somewhere and hide. He says, the best thing you can do is just go in a room and just get a drink and just listen to nothing. And that's where you'll hear him to give you advice. This is otherwise. He says, family's always following you. He says, you're always going to be guided in a place where we feel you should be, but you're stubborn, so you'll always go your way. But he says if you have some questions or whatnot, just take some time, go be by yourself, ask the questions, and listen to what comes back. And he says, yeah, so he loves you, and he's just going to stare at you until you're annoyed by him staring at you. Anyway, so that's all I have for you, Rolinda. Hey, who's this here? Okay, Suzanne. I don't think I'm going to try and pronounce that name. My tongue's too slow to give names or give out or pronounce names. Okay, so okay. So the first thing I'm kind of seeing is seeing her sitting beside you while you're watching TV, and it's just kind of mom to daughter kind of connection going on. So as she sits near you, she's passing all kinds of loving energy towards you, and she just wants you to know that you're very loved, and that since she's eternal to you, that you're never going to get rid of her, whether you like it or not. But she also says that when kind of things come up, and there's a few issues that are going to come up, make sure that you don't get too emotional about it. I don't know why she's showing perhaps a relationship issue or something coming up. Maybe not your relationship, maybe it's somebody else's, but it's kind of like she says, be careful of walking into situations where you want to help, but it ends up going onto you. Because sometimes she says, people that are arguing are looking for somebody to diverse that to somebody else. So then they're not arguing with you or with themselves. That's just a human thing. Anyway, coins are from your grandfather. I don't know if you hear that or not, but it's like she's tapping in a bowl or something. So I'm not sure if you hear something that's like a tap. Anyway, so she says, do what you need to do and make the decision you need to make, and those decisions are your decisions, and you move the path you want to. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. I hope that makes some kind of sense. Okay, Susie B. Okay. Message from your mother. Well, the first thing I'm kind of hearing from her is that there's way too many shoes near the front door. And sometimes you don't clean the counters properly. Anyway, she's just smiling. She just like to be annoying. It just keeps her, she says, I'm keeping a very close look on you. And she knows that you're still grieving her and that you're still thinking about her. But she says, when you grieve, kind of think in a very positive place, because she's in a very happy place. She says, there's no sun, just light. She says, constant light, which means you don't have fear of darkness. And you don't have fear of anything. She says it's kind of funny because I'm out here and the animals are talking to me. Instead of me trying to figure out what they're saying, they actually can talk. And she has a lot of family pets that are also been passed that she's taking care of. She's also saying that in the next little while or a year or so, somebody's going to be either pregnant or give birth, so she'll be there. And this child would be very significant to you. So, so she says, keep moving, making sure you don't stop, and then health-wise, you're going to be good. Certainly, I certainly see an increase of love coming from you, which may be a child, could be a partner, but just a lot of love. All of a sudden, you're going to start giving out in about 3 or 4 months. Anyway, that's all she's giving me for you. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so. Okay, Frank Loria. Okay, so the first thing she's showing me to let you know is that so every night you go to bed, that she crawls into bed with you. She kind of lays in the bed with you. Says you don't do the sheets very well. But part of that reason is for you to go to sleep, and then she can be with you when you cross over. Like, you leave your body, and then you'll have dreams of her and whatnot, and she can spend the time with you for those 8 hours that you're asleep, visiting places and just being with you. And then when you come back, we go back to our normal lives. So she's basically saying, that she'll be with you until you pass away. And she doesn't mind if you have another relationship. Doesn't mean anything to her. She's still going to be there when you cross over, and you guys can resume your lives. She's kind of sorry. She keeps saying that she wasn't supposed to die. I don't know what she means by that, but I guess you know what that means. Because she won't tell me because it's a public. There's too many people listening. But she's very proud of you, and she's very she loves you very much, and she hopes you take care of everybody that needs to be taken care of. Otherwise, she'll smack you. No, that's just figuratively. They don't come and actually slap us. At least, I don't know if they do. Maybe we don't. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Thanks for coming. Okay. So, holy white. Okay. He wants you to know that he still finds you very sexy. It's like he sits there and watches you walk around, and wants you to know how grateful he was to have you in his life. And it says, since you guys were together in past lives, it's kind of like reconnecting with each other, and having to deal with, learning new things from each other and whatnot, and not liking certain things, but liking other things. And but again, like you say, he's very happy to have you, and even though he left at a short part of his life, it doesn't mean he's not sitting there helping you. He does say you're watching terrible shows, though. Still puts his feet up on a table. Anyway, in other words, he's doing things that would annoy you. But he still, walks around the house. He's still very protective. He's watching over you from people that may come around you and make sure they're okay. And if not, you'll have a little bit of a fear pop into your head when he tells you this is not a good one. He says you're going to have a wonderful rest of your life. And like all spirits say, when you cross over, he'll be waiting for you. And you guys will figure out what to do then. Be aware of giving money to other people. It seems like there's somebody that may be asking for money or something that may seem real but is not. So it just says beware of people who are asking for money, and just to maintain your money level. Anyway, that's all he has to say for you. Take care. Hey, Karen. I picked you because there's a female standing behind you, and I'm assuming this is your mother. The hell? Shut up. Anyway, I always yell at my phone, at my watch. So the one thing that she wants you to know is that she's back to helping you. She says there's a lot of things that she could not help you with because of health and so forth. But now she wants you to know that she's back full force and she's with you all the time, and she's guiding you, how to go down sidewalks and everything else. I don't know. Anyway, so basically letting you know that she's standing right beside you with whatever you're doing. She does say you have to get outside more. She wants you to get the air, nature back into you. And she's right outside, by the river and enjoying the water, and she just would like you to know that she loves you very much, and she's very proud of you. She says your son is very, very you should be very happy about him. So just think of her, and she'll answer your questions as much as she can. She wants you to know that she was sitting in the crowd when everybody was discussing her and discussing, about her funeral and all that kind of stuff. And so she heard everything. She heard what you said and you saying goodbye and so forth. So everything was said, everything was heard, and she'll keep it to her until you two meet again. Okay. I'm having a really hard time talking tonight, so I'm going to have to call it off early. I don't know why. It's probably because I did a whole bunch of work today. So I will, unfortunately, we're going to have to call it quits. So I apologize. I'm supposed to be here for an hour, but as you can tell, my talking is rather slow. So anyway, so take care, and I'll be in better shape next time. Take care, everyone.